Well, welcome back, Blade fans. This old sword with you, and yes, you're staring at the outside of a knife pouch. I have something very special for you today. A knife I've been looking at for at least a year now, and I guess it's been out just about a year, by Tepe Designs. And I'm not going to bore you with just staring at this lovely zippered pouch, by the way. High quality, sturdy. Inside, we have a nicely branded pouch with the Tepe Design logo on it, and the beautiful Tepe Design Hornet 2. Beautiful and massive knife with a 4-inch blade from M390 and a full carbon fiber handle, steel lined. And I'd like to read you just a little bit about Tepe Designs in case you didn't know. The founder's name is Shan, S-H-A-N. He's an enthusiast of pocket knives and general everyday carry gear. His shop is a reflection of designs and collaborations with other talented designers, makers, brands, and various industries. And I know he has designed quite a few, both by himself and in collaboration with others, for Tucson. So you're going to see a lot of Tucson designs by Sean, Tepe Design. He says his grandfather gave him his first pocket knife at a young age, and his passion kind of grew from there. And in 2016, he started designing backpacks as EDC tools to improve efficiency during traveling. And it was only a matter of time before his designs came over to pocket knives. He launched the Hornet, I believe, as his first knife in 2018, and I think that was a Kickstarter, and I'll leave it off with that. But we are going to do some on-screen measurements. It is a large knife. It is a light knife. It is a beautiful scalloped, you might call it three-tiered clip point, or a three-clip point, with a large thumb opening hole and a flipper tab. As I mentioned, it is from M390, has minimal billboarding. In fact, you really got to look hard for the M390 marker right there. All the hardware on the inside is blackened steel. There is steel inside the carbon fiber. If you look very carefully, you can see where the carbon fiber ends and the steel begins. Very simple pivot hole, or pivot rather, with a T8 on both sides, and a lanyard pin in the back. A beautifully designed titanium clip with a ceramic ball that contacts the handle exactly between two of the handle holes. And as you see, you can see straight through in all three holes. Ergos are very nice. It is a slightly narrower handle towards the butt. Plenty of room up front. Nice effective jimping. And also, if you fully extend your thumb, a nice scallop in the blade there for added pressure. These come in around $250 directly from the Tepe Design website. And one of the most amazing things about the knife is that action. Completely drop shut, fall shut, whatever you like to call it. You can open it with your thumb. You can open it with a spidey flick. The weight is 4.76 ounces. Feels even lighter than that, and therefore is right around in the ounce per inch category. Let's bring out the old tape measure. If we can get the tape measure to stick. We're going to call it 9 inches overall length and 4 inches on the blade, ever so slightly less than 4 inches right to that point. Cutting edge, however, of right on 4 inches. If I can find the handy calipers here. Let's look at the blade stock, which is going to be pretty thick at 4 millimeters. Well, more like 4.2. If we can get it in focus for you. Let's try that again. 4.1, 4.2. I'm going to call it, if I press, it's going to change the reading. We're going to call it 4.2. Handle thickness, 0.56. And it is nicely, beautifully contoured. Again, the drop shuttiness of it is just amazing. It can be failed, but I'm not going to fault it at that. Apply just a little more energy and it opens every time. Not to mention, there are multiple ways to open the knife. As I said, you can just roll it out. You can spidey flick it out very easily, or use the flipper. Let's do some quick comparisons and then we'll take another closer look. Let's go after a big knife first. Rat 1. Will it be larger than the Rat 1? A little bit. Yep. Handles are the same length. Blade is longer. As I say, we'll call it a 4-inch blade on the Hornet 2. If you want to look at something more modest in comparison, there's a Griptilian. Change perspective, it'll look even bigger. Funny how that works. And no, I'm not directly over the knives just because of the way I chose to set this up. Let's also look at today's EDC, the Amalgam by Spyderco. They are very close. Amalgam's handle is actually slightly longer. Amalgam's blade is identical. And the funny thing, when I carry the Amalgam, I have to get used to the compression lock being up on top instead of a liner lock on the bottom. But for $250, what you get is M390. You get all of that carbon fiber. You get Tepe's beautiful, artful, classic designs. Plus a knife you can really use. I mean, pretty as this is, this definitely can be an EDC. Carries pretty deep. You cannot flip it to the other side, so it is tip up, right hand only. Sorry, lefties. Just a gorgeous carry knife. See if we can get a nice look at the carbon fiber. Just high quality carbon fiber, nice design. Carbon fiber backspacer. We got an extra spacer there on the butt end. And as I said, the lanyard pin. Beautifully finished clip in kind of a satin tumbled, I guess we'd call it a bead blasted. I would call it bead blasted. The blade is really a bead blast finish, which is nice. Not going to mar up, scratch up very easily. Came well oiled. And one thing you do get, besides a nice Tepe design sticker, is extra hardware. Oh, that's for the knife, sorry. Well, we got a nice card and his signature of authenticity. And there we go, that's what I wanted to show you. A extra double row, multi-row ceramic bearing assembly and an extra, not sure, either extra stop pin or an extra lanyard pin and a screw. Haven't fully figured out where those are going. This stop looks a little heavier duty than that. I would say that pin looks more like a replacement for the lanyard pin should maybe you yank on that lanyard too hard and pull the pin out. I'm not sure. But you got them. For me, the extra bearing is really nice. And I would imagine that's just one of two. Anyway, you wear one out, you lose one, you got a spare. And you can go to the Tepe Design website and you can get spare parts and clips and all that good kind of stuff, which I think is wonderful. You can also get this knife in a wild, multi-layered, bright colored carbon fiber for more in the 450 range. And I think he has also the Killage, which is a completely different model out there for slightly less, or is it slightly more? Anyway, got another model out there called the Killage. And of course there's the original Hornet, which is smaller than this and all titanium handle. And I believe that was not an M390. I think it was an S35VN perhaps. But check out his site. That's Sean. And he is a great guy to deal with. I mean, he corresponded with me directly through Instagram prior to the sale and sent this out. And I had it in a couple of days, which is amazing considering what the postal system's doing these days with tracking and delays and so on and so forth. But it got here, and it got here in great time. So shout out to Sean of Tepe Design. Wonderful knife. This is a keeper. Be in the collection for a long time. Check them out. Hope you like this video and that you subscribe. Check the end of the video for the subscribe button, and I hope you do. This Old Sword, signing out.